What is up, friends, YouTube motorcycle enthusiasts? Accelerate coming at you with a video that I'm again excited to make because I got to take the YZ125X up to Hatfield McCoy. Now, as many of you know, I took a trip for about a week up to Hatfield McCoy trail system, and I got to ride both my Beta and the 125 up there, and we had an absolute blast. So getting right into it, the 125X is purchased 2020, and as many of you know, I did do a few mods to it right out of the box. Some protection stuff, as well as the BeRAD freight train package that you would bolt on for power. So with that in mind, I took it there, and you know, after getting some hours on it, I would ask myself, am I enjoying the bike? You know, in reflection, was this a good purchase? So with the 125X, I chose to go this route because it's a valid backup bike. I was looking really hard at purchasing a trials bike, and with the 250FX being essentially the backup, quote, backup bike, and the donor for the funds that would go either direction, I did look hard at a trials bike, but I still really wanted to stand behind having two trail bikes, or two bikes that I could ride on trails if I was to take a trip or something like that. So I went with the 125X as, quote, the ultimate trainer. And that is kind of that's a good question, because as I rode this bike, especially up in Hatfield McCoy's technical terrain, it was immediately apparent to me that everything is so much harder on the 125X when things get technical. Now on the open and flowy stuff, as you guys can see in the footage that's been playing, oh, it's just having a ball. It's you know, the bike it's playful, it attacks, and you know, single track and stuff like that is your normal, even, you know, semi-technical and semi-flowy single track. The bike is just an absolute blast. It's so flickable, it's so light, and so fun. Now when things get more technical, so much more has to go into planning of how you're going to attack obstacles, select lines, use your momentum, and things of that sort. Everything is so much more elevated with the 125X. You know, and a lot of people that ride trials bikes, I've kind of gotten that, have said this before, that I've noticed people say that, you know, everything is harder, a lot of the techniques are harder on trials bikes because everything is much more exact. And obviously that's what carries over to the big bikes from a training perspective. I would say the 125X is very similar in that regard. Because you have much less power, low end, you have to, and clutch control is paramount. It's absolutely huge, because you have so much less of those things at your disposal. They don't bail you out. Like, you have to plan them out, and that was immediately apparent with the 125X as I was riding technical terrain. I will say, is it the ultimate trainer? It's definitely a really good trainer. And I say this because the footage you see here was day one and day two. Day one was solo, day two was riding with my friend Davey, who came down with his X-Trainer. And then the 199 video, the Trail 199 video that I posted before, is after that. The clutch control and the awareness of a lot of the things with the 125X, literally 2 days of riding, I found myself reapplying that with my 300. So for me, it validated that yes, the 125X is a valid backup bike for me, but it's also a really, really good trainer for my clutch control, my throttle control, my line selection, you know, planning my momentum and things like that. So to me, I don't know about the ultimate trainer, but I'll let you guys make that decision. For me personally, I think it's really, really good at training for the skills that we need in harder off-road situations. So I do have more stuff coming up. I've been riding the 125X in some other locations. I recently took it to Brown Mountain and Pisgah National Forest for a full day of riding. And I got a good topic coming up where I'm going to review some of the mods and then talk about what I have in store for my next round of mods that I think that'll put the 125X right where it needs to be. So as I put hours on everything and figure out a few gaps and obviously get better at riding this, yeah, I've never ridden a 125 two-stroke before, so it's a whole new experience for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys get out there, get on two wheels, have a fantastic week, and ride a dirt bike. This is Accelerate once again, signing off.